moto be lottery mulungol and faikata le afenke ko dinner with the president. Ordinary people. Many ale mandara mansa kunda mandara politiko ne isitara no PDOIS or letter UDP. Ike kumandi la pureta ni la president o si. President Barrow needs to talk to the average Gambians also. Ni na te nyenye fo bari bafula no ko president on mobe buka diamu kana sonde president buka ketende butu yete ke kona kono yete kungo betey ni tol na te
expose over na dasatale when it comes to yalon tamo fana to be honest tamo is like
bara amanke o dronti na fa amanke tamo dronti ka wala fo e ka ke no jamelale ikatale ya shield ya bondi molu kono so wotumo jamme ka menke o ka forcele lundo soto tan wotumo nyewobe sedi ka maba male jamme kumandirole ke aka mol kumandile ntolbe mala staff oti nka dunne no office ta ko muna sai ka kok fango wa fi jellela si se kilo mu jelleti aka kele num aka mol nyininka bari ñunu ke nene la fo ma fo baro ne ma funti ko malon fa ko boto jabo mu jelleti
ako mani bor 900
man
exactly ikawlo be fo yenne
ako gode brikama man den hoto
ika fo yenne buba I work in the executive office before and right now nga fo yenne the people that I'm working with these are like top people ikawo kelale so ni mangtara alert ring some of these things ika fa yenne afana kata ko fo
ni ojo fana nyama
what he has no excuse. No, the president, you can just go to the shop and ask.
I have no excuse.
When it comes to lower prices, because akafunyolu many alonko wolle be monopoly la wolle ka fengol nat na banko kan. I tax breaks all menu ke. I incentives all menu dealer. Yeah, understand? Tax incentives. Put the fengol nat na cheaply into the country. So what ka find ko ninga nyin nati. Mano da be gilatin. Ninga nyin nati. Mano da be gilatin. And you see, Fatu, this is disturbing us because even the recent corruption scandals. Ibajira ko president of Baringo da dundaje. Let's call it a spade because we wanna talk about country and not lie against anybody, right? Let's just say the truth. It wasn't direct theft. Okay, it was.
Oh, like that was that report by Mustafa Anyol.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Kadi wala ya understand ka foko menko because ate anini jurol katu deal lale iba fala nintenga nati mba wa fala nyim price carle so we was so immersed in that whole thing me alonko it doesn't make sense for a president to be involved in so atata ko do ci kambela ko do ci kadi barni woni mo dolla adi mo dollar menaka wala barni be dogola then they were going to use that money as capital pour invest. So you see, an ordinary person like Wandifa cannot have money to invest in Gambia. Not that I don't know business, but because I don't have capital. So why would the president give it to his own nephew? Yeah,
Wando. Let me help you there because I had a meeting. Well, I have a talk with the trade minister and our permanent secretary when I met them in Morocco. But our permanent secretary, so if you ask them, right, they will try to give you a very plausible explanation or like a reason. But they will tell you, sorry to use this, I don't want to sound xenophobic, whatever it is, but not only in Indian only economy control. Wala na mano sherta, wala na dulino sherta. So they play the nationalistic game on you first. Sometimes it almost work on me. Like I said, I'm telling you.
Like so, they would tell you that the Nars and the Indians.
Not only Indian only mano tai sukurota so dol gamenol do dol be munela Senegal dibe. Then they will quote Senegal. Yalo abla wada na in Sifakala, but the way abla wada did it was different. It only like Kenyaming is a bit okay. Marseille become Marseille force. In America, they tell you you don't fight with the market. You let the market do its job. So you look at the market's dynamics, okay, and then you reinforce or you play the game to make sure you basically put them at bay. But you don't just take state money. You can't dump more kawanyama. Yeah, family. You can open facilities. You can do things. And tax on for the incentives, you understand? Let's say, because 6 kilo, you see the 34 la faka, you understand? You 34 la faka, in dollar importation, you famous and subtle things like that. By like Kenyan, it be discouraged at some point, you understand? Then Gambian gradually, you start coming in.
Buba, you have to mix it so that people who are watching, there are some who don't speak, so we mix Mandinka wall of English.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool breakdown. So coming in Marseille, itol ni yin ka ika mane ka pare nyum kudo di la mo la because amanke wala bari wada mati de to be respect you mon la mo do to fa la jang
Yeah, they gave to other people too.
ya
Yeah.
di do la fanan do businessman do bi je wal di ano business people wal ka buddo ki tajal ye kudo di la ko ita mano sang manang do nata fo kulo na jang a canta aman kulo fo upload no BGC la nada dum yana kulo yinta ya bonde poroto e maro yinta ya distribute ko jang ko tinyata do fana bi je
Okay.
do aka fongol ga sola aka sola do kolake o fana tade ko do ala prada dulu sa a dulu sa manang dulu be sakeda bujan fa la fa expire la
No, Buba, like I said, just mix it with English and English. So for people who,
and
there's some watching, they said
All
they're
right,
interested, but they cannot understand. You
Mbarong
know what
Africa.
I mean? So Mandinka and English and, yeah,
okay
mix
yo
it so that everybody knows what
mix
you're
it up.
saying.
Exactly,
Yes,
so they try to play this phone coding, to play on our nationality instincts, saying ko
yes.
ila faka gambe di won
The
empower.
reason why prices are high is because the Indians are the ones responsible and the
So
Mauritanians.
yes, so
Yes,
the solution is you pump money to the
to
Gambians.
Gambians.
Okay,
Ah.
yes, but the way they do it, unfortunately, yala ni bokela. Look at Fatu. What is Fatu good at? Fatu is a
Yes.
media person. Fatu, I want to empower Fatu in what part Fatu is good at.
Oh,
Haidara
but
Karara.
what they do is like give a
Thank
carpenter a lot of
you.
money and say, go and sell rice.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect example. So
Yes.
I look at Haidara Karara. I see what Haidara Karara been doing. Okay, he's doing this. He's into entrepreneurship. He was at UNA. Now I want to open a sort of a SDF, sort of a bank to empower women. Okay, or young people. I'll give that capital to people like Haidara Karara who have experience in it. Yo, but you go tell a builder who's doing construction, never
Yes.
sold rice before, and you want that builder to go and compete Shabed Madi. Shabed Madi been here for 50 years.
Yeah,
Eh?
it's not going to work. That would be tough.
George Bana been here for 50 plus years. You want to take a guy who is selling, who's a
But
builder.
then why do you think they give it to like the wrong people? Is it
It's
because
called
of connection?
connection and patronage, because the thing is they're
Oh,
always thinking
these
about
are people that they know.
yeah, they're always
Yeah.
thinking about what are you going to give back. But remember, when MPP just held their gala at the Coco Ocean here, you see all the business people that give millions, right? They were announcing them. This company give 1 million. This company give 1 million. And Barrow also just said right here, Alanya Sukura meeting Konya dia ko 2021, ala molbe kodo bandila. So this is it. They open up for you. You have to give something back. They're not gonna
And
just
some
do
and
this.
someone said it's for their cuts too. So you also have to give
Yeah.
back.
There's costs on also who's gonna give back. I open the door for you. You have to give something back.
Yeah,
So,
I
but
think
then,
that has to do
yeah,
with politically, the way they operate
yes,
politically, and they
because
take advantage of the opposition and the situation.
of course. But
They help.
if you look at all the players that benefit, I know all the names. I just don't want to name their names here. But all of them, even right now, even this very very moment, we're talking about car power, right? I know that's how this whole thing started. Car power. So there's a thing, men cannot car power. Like, why they left? People thought, okay, we were just tired of car power. We were paying them 3.5 million, right,
About
Fatu?
3 million and change, sometimes $4
And
million
change
dollars a
4
month.
million a month
A
in
month.
raw cash, raw dollar. We have to take foreign currency and then change it. That was killing the country. So after 7 years, I heard they were leaving. I also clapped. I said, yeah, alhamdulillah, they are leaving. So my sense is, well, okay, Gambia now we are going to benefit. We are going to get cheaper, electricity from Senegal and whatever, the OMVG. But on the whole, something also happened in this thing why Kappa were left that early.
I hope they are not trying to push them out and bring in a new.
Exactly, but it's very similar, but it's not the same. So what
Oh no,
was
but the
happening?
Gambian people are going
No,
to.
no,
We're going to ask questions.
yeah. What was happening was when Kappa was running, getting the 30 megawatts from the ship, right?
Yes.
Gambia need 100 megawatts. Gambia in Solata 100 megawatts of Kurawala Puka Gambia Tamandi 100. Okay. At
Yes.
this, yes, when Car Power was here, Car Power combined with Senegal, they were bringing in 90 megawatts, almost 90%. That was yes. Car Power was supposed to give 30, but that 30, we don't get everything back from the ship because we don't have the right distribution lines to bring the electricity from the ship. The contract we have with Car Power is not to distribute, is to produce. So we take it from them via our lines. But our
Yes.
lines were outdated.
Yes,
So
I know. Yes.
so we were getting less of the electricity and we still paying them the full price. So now what was happening when Senegal car power then Kotu power station and Brikama power station were basically dormant. No noise, no machine, nothing. So no machines means no fuel, no HFO. So who has the contract for the HFO? Haji Baniko, one of the Barrow's number one financier. So he's the one that had the contract to supply the fuel for Nawek in Kotu and Brikama. But if Kapo is running fine, Senegal is bringing in, they don't need the Kotu and Brikama. No machines are running. No machines are running. There's no money for Haji Baniko. You understand? Now all of a sudden, when Kapo left, they now revamped. They trying to revamp Kotu power station now in Brikama to make up for that 30-40 megawatts.
I think it's the same cycle that keeps repeating itself. Cycle killing because Sidiki, the biggest problem with Nawek here, we understand it's a very complex thing, and the telephone got laugh like okay, Baroka lo television or Akafoko, Kurang Obijan ne mense Gambia basino, but distribution of many akela, wala munyintiko, wala be mol sabotage can sometimes fake life can Nawek blame. No bejijan. But the actual problem was Nawek la main problem moment, wala nyindiko. Nawek ye menta as the managing director of Nawek B. Umari munu Nawek la vendolet. Aka contractual ta Nawek bulake balonu wal. I think also no he had so anunia jibe this audit Dyson audit report from Nawek me alonko is confidential but audit report finta Nawek la me ay tande ko Nawek millions and millions and millions wala filter je bar ne ko do nyi no madron ikat direct managing director ñu fa ka auto fon la footprint tragiel because molia for comment is simple. Nyimari was into water and electricity business. Nia samana yake managing director of Nawek about fon la business abadu najela, and as a result you cannot literally you are inviting a conflict of interest into this atmosphere. So the other aspect fatube memfogande it's like connection on when it comes to the issue of corruption in Gambia. Imagine even Barrow bari ni woning near article on you read ikajeko he was not as important. He was not the main character there. Okay? But because ya telon so those people I all learn then he was able to push them, show them the door, show them the way to get into the system, show them the system when you penetrate la nyame. So a system when you penetrate wala nyama, it had a julonyin sort. So bire julonyin sort, then nada understand ko koni boro bari no bebe ko. But he's not like a very big person in the whole deal. So just to simplify that also, I think when it comes to the issue of agriculture, janni bita be nyatu na nyin foire tap nyin tapale a contract balla. Agriculture is very simple. Me alanko banku dingol ya long is a fan noje. And I will take advantage of this to say if we come as UDP, that's exactly what we are going to do. Agriculture, if you are going to give money, promote agriculture. The backbone.
What I was trying to say, I have people saying this would have been more productive if NPP was here. So Buba and Wandifa are not here on behalf of UDP.
No.
This is not about UDP. So I am talking to Gambians. If there is if there is somebody else who wants to come and join us, we're not doing party politics here. What happened in Benin? I just got news here. Somebody just posted this credible information because I know the person. They're saying that the chairman of ECOWAS Authority, heads of state and government have ordered the deployment of elements of the ECOWAS standby force. So now ECOWAS is sending a standby force right now to Benin with immediate effect.
Wow.
But the coup d'etat is thwarted, right? It's thwarted.
Yeah, coup d'etat, yes. There was a coup d'etat, but then the government is saying they foiled it. But if it was completely foiled, now the ECOWAS is saying they're sending a standby force right there. Right now.
No, but I think the guy said he's stepping down. Regardless, let them not bring chaos. Let them just have 2 times and step away.
Yeah, I think ECOWAS it makes sense in my view.
But then how about Bissau? Bissau, they have a standby force already, right?
They have it, promotion.
Yes, because Bissau, honestly, the guy I met him, the president, a few times. Yes, but I believe that if this guy really won, not or winter, they should really let him do his job.
Okay, if the opposition had win,
yes. Fernando.
Yellow is a bit complicated. Yellow is a bit complicated. What are the faculty? Ajal kalindro ketala.
Kalitale bari hani sa nyindo fana ka winter. Bari sa ka election venko be muta ka be jani. O fana de.
No, but no, ngala. Come investment involvement mbola te. Ajal ko nyaaji with
But why did you say it's a good idea that they send them there? Why?
No, yes, because yes, the coup d'etat is so called whatever thwarted. Yes, it was foiled. Yes, but there were two security forces, the National Guard, and some of the State Guard, and in local men for Kunyakel. So bad blood will be there in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. There's two groups of soldiers. The one that are enjoying beside the president, and then the rough ones, men na rapakana kuolta. Saying naturally there will be some sort of bad blood, and it can erupt any moment. So what do? You bring a stabilizing you bring a stabilizing force that's gonna come and calm things down. By like nimmen la fa kam fa like ulukatanke yo button lo. You understand? Because near bulletin science within 1 or 2 weeks they will start killing each other again. Because you need to understand.
But all these coup d'etats in Africa is crazy.
The state guard all jama ito nakata enjoyment la. State guard all nakata enjoyment la. The ones in the barracks wakata suffer. Just like jamfana menu nyame. Ya fa. So the idea the state guard be near la president wete. If an David the lidu bokono. So the barracks small thing call put on gonya jibe kudeta information sense make. The guy already said abe jail. But the whole afane menke I menke brala jiwaro sita. Atafane opposition all ta yela key opposition members all kobe male menke I be disqualified was wrong. So I bunda yele open for his finance minister. Wake up.
Crazy.
Because yale because of moyene coma to see their footprints. Africa person have got some moyena coma.
But what you buy Nola? Because I'm your mate for dosina.
What a problem what?
Yeah, for
Mosina.
Yeah.
They don't want this thing. I just come here sitting thing, moyene coma, I like cattle beje. I like file GB. You understand?
But what I buy Nola? But this is why, and also another thing that I always, talk about to myself and to people that I talk to is how most of these presidents, the moment they're not in power anymore, they have to leave the country. That is a problem.
Very unhealthy.
That is a problem.
Not the president I don't want it.
But that could be the reason why they don't want to leave. So maybe we need to study this and try to see what incentives they can be provided to them so that after leaving office they can stay in the country. Maybe because everybody goes after them too. With all these commissions.
If you observe the trajectory, you see that any one of them who respect the 2-term, in most cases, it's a security sort of tenure after president is
No, but for instance, Guinea-Bissau only did 1 term.
It's only Nigeria right now and Ghana. Only Nigeria and Ghana are enjoying that now. This 2-term, Nigeria and Ghana.
Very, very sad. No, this is very, very sad. It breaks my heart. How the moment they leave office, they have to leave the country also. And then the way they leave the country is not like you have enough time to pack your stuff. Imagine just even us, all the stuff we have you have things in your house. So if you have to leave within 1 hour or, a short notice, almost you leave everything,
I think the wahwahed ninga, the wahwahed consistency in Okataraja, because Maki should not have run a ronda. Then you go to Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau, the guy, alustale. Yeah, understand? And he himself told his people, he was not even going to contest that term initially. Akala Musoko let him not contest it. Another, he contested it. So that trajectory, and one of these military coup d'etat, I believe Niger. A similar story was in the background, but sometimes ni rimbang oboida, nindol kamabulo fanang. Even though I tam sort of nab tam jila, but he was cooking something behind the scenes. So all in all, I think African presidents need to see this position among the family project, among the Terry Kavodi. If you serve, you will leave. Just leave. Maybe I don't think we need to mention all other countries, but near West Africa, there are sitting presidents, many along they are already trying to plan their successor. So why do you think ni party sanlam? I understand, but for protection, I don't understand. Why do you need protection if you did not steal people's money? And you see, if there is a term limit, bije ko, and certainty bije, one soldier will buka tere kudeta kala, two, ECOWAS fana baje la ko, nante wal me yalonko, ye term limit sort ning mo kabe kudeta natila je, they are going to stand firm. Yeah, understand?
But Tough has contributed. He said something. You know, he's very familiar with Nigeria and he works there. You know, he has this business there partly. So he's saying because Nigeria cannot afford to have instability in Benin, its next door neighbor. I never even knew that. He said because there's insecurity, you know, because there's insecurity in Nigeria, some of the soldiers and also some of the soldiers that staged the coup are still at large. With some hostages. So this is now this is why ECOWAS have to intervene. But like he's saying,
that's what I said.
It's next door. They're next door neighbors, Nigeria and Benin.
That's the soldiers we are trying to say this. They said their soldiers were fighting at the front line, fighting the jihadis, because along that border they have that crisis there. So these soldiers went to the national TV. We are trying to say that we are the ones suffering at the front line and stuff like that. They also have an active.
What did I say? I said there's always this case where the state guard are the ones that are enjoying in the capital. The bush people are not enjoying. The bush people are the ones that are fighting the jihadists. And Nigeria is also fighting the jihadists. You know, I didn't know what Taf said here. Basically, that's what I was alluding to.
Yes.
I was saying, it's necessary for them to do this now because in this very moment, yes, the coup d'etat is spoiled, but the elements are still there. The armies are still there. There's going to be bad blood because the poor people, the poor armies are saying these rich people in the state guard are basically, they spoil our game.
Well, someone is saying Nigeria is helping France. Do you think France would be the influence behind ECOWAS?
You have to understand, Nigeria itself is too tense right now. They cannot afford instability around Nigeria.
Yes, that's what Taf was saying, that Nigeria cannot afford instability. And this being next door neighbors, it will spill over into it.
And we need to watch out for this French thing. I see a lot of this thing happening in West Africa now. Everywhere, France. Okay, we are giving France too much credits. Okay, we are human beings too. We are educated. We are not living in 1960. We are living in 2025. We have brains. We went to universities. We got our master's degrees. We have brains to think for ourselves. France cannot keep micromanaging and causing problems in Africa. It's us. Let's look at our own selves and stop blaming every little thing. France. What France?
And to be fair to Nigeria itself, to be fair to Nigeria, they have not been known to be controlled by France like that. So
no, Nigeria, I don't think they
no. Nigeria has a very good military.
Everything in West Africa now, they blame it on France. Guinea-Bissau, was that France?
They are not perfect, but France might control.
If you say maybe Laurent Gbagbo, Alassane Ouattara in Ivory Coast.
Alassane Ouattara.
Alassane Ouattara. I can understand because Ivory Coast and Senegal now, these are the two key French bastions right now. Dakar and Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast has a larger economy. They contribute more to the French economy than Senegal does.
Burkina Faso is doing great with the soldier, Ibrahim Traoré.
Yeah, but that's gone from France. So these are the two remaining now.
I see a lot of people celebrating him. Like when we talk about coups, how young soldiers are taking over. He is one of those that everybody will celebrate, but I still think coups are not good examples and they should not be happening. But the way this is going is very scary. I know Senegal had never had a coup. I don't think they will. But Gambia had like a few coups, right? We had Sadauda, we had the Kukoi coup, Jawara, Jammeh coup Sadauda, and there was also the Kukoi coup. I think we had two, minus the little ones. The one that Jammeh said was,
our successful and attempted coups together, we are close to 10 or a dozen.
Some of those wonderful were they really coups? It was Jammeh will come out, they kill someone and said they were planning a coup. I don't know how true it is or how credible it is, but I think the two main coups were the Kukoi Samba Sanyang and
all of them were not fake. They were real ones. Attempted.
But wonderful. Like Fadu is telling you, Yahya Jammeh is a very big manipulator. Don't take anything of his coup d'etat claims. Bashir Barrow was not a coup d'etat. Nuri Cham.
Sana Sabali.
Come on, man. Come on. Yahya Jammeh told the man to my office. I saw Sana coming down the stairs. I took out my gun. I said, you know, come on, Iwandifa.
No,
That cannot
don't
be a
sort of
coup d'etat.
But Siddiqui, I understand what you're saying because you cannot say like December 38th people went and there were
No,
gunfires. There
this
were
cemetery
real
is
ones.
real.
I'm not saying they were not set up purka jawo dolmuta. Those were real, yeah. Well, sort of me along complete fabrications, including the state witnesses. Kamul not nang out of nowhere, someone can state witness only. They were just coming to lie against other people to incarcerate them. Okay, but there were other there were coup d'etats which the intelligence will tell you they were real. Really planned.
I mean, the TRC revealed someone. But go far. Sorry, you guys already talked about the Kappa one. I want to talk about that one too. Did you guys pass that?
No, the couple ship.
The,
You can talk. We can listen. I know I
okay.
worked with them, but I don't seem because I was in.
I'm talking
I
about
just wanted to say something. I just wanted to say that I worked with them, but I was mainly in PR, and I did not have an office there. I was like a freelancer, so most of the things that you are saying, I don't have an idea about it. But then I'll just listen because what I was doing for them was if they did anything out there, if they were going to donate maybe to a library or to whether it is Korite or Tobaski where they were giving out rams and stuff. That's what I was doing for them. But all this information you're giving, I mean, is important information. So yes, go ahead. I'm just saying I wasn't privy to that part of Car Power.
No, and mostly about the areas that was alleged by government. You guys already covered that, right? The
No,
$19 million.
Go ahead. Go ahead. If you know information, go ahead.
Yeah, what I wanted to recap. Maybe a lot of people, a lot of listeners,
Yes,
more
go
part
ahead.
don't know. So, Man of Fountain Arajang was to mainly to talk about this $19 million loan sort of areas. Mansakunda ko Julome Bentola. English and
Yeah, because we have a lot of people listening who don't also understand. So just mix it.
Okay,
English
mix
and
it. Okay.
yes. English
So
and
so, so this car power deal has been a very, very bad thing for Gambia. Yes, it took us from a very, very dark place in 2017. Things were really bad after Jammeh left. But the way the deal was even signed was not very favorable for us. But alhamdulillah, we did 7 years of it. We struggled with it until we are finally done. And this year, around 2025, around mid-July, around that time, their contract ran out. So contract ran out. We paid them their money. We paid them what we owe them. And we are done with them. That was the last thing I heard of. I said, thank you. You guys are gone. I think they're now in Guinea-Conakry or somewhere. Okay. Sierra Leone or whatever. Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you that they're in Sierra Leone, they're in Ghana, and they are in Senegal. They're in Senegal also.
Now they're going to Conakry, I think.
Oh, okay.
So now all of a sudden the government came out and said to our finance minister that we owe. So before I even go there, they received the package, or they negotiated a package from the World Bank. They call it a package of $45 million. That amounted to $1 billion, $368 million. If you go by the 72 exchange rate for the dollar, 1.368 billion. So that's the package they're getting from the World Bank, $45 million. And when they announced it, they were very, very vague. Because Fatu, let's all be real here. If you are the president of this country, you're getting a package of that nature from the World Bank to your country, $45 million in this hard economy, how things are right now. I have this money coming there. This is where I want to put it. This is where we want to spend this money. We want to build a few stadiums here and there. We want to build this park. We want to build a skill center. We want to invest this much in buying tractors for farmers and all of these things. So Gambians know that we have money coming, and this is what the money is for. Because the money is not for Barakunda, it's not for Jamakunda, it's for the Gambia. So now that was announced a few months ago that they are getting $45 million. Then all of a sudden now, from the parliamentary building, the Minister of Finance announced that part of that 45 million, 19 million, which is almost half, is going to go to repaying our areas with with Car Power. I said, what?
Yes.
So immediately everybody started going crazy. Everybody started calling, finding out, we call our contacts, and because we all knew the contract was finished. We paid everything. Why are we owing? So we came to find out that, yes, they did pay. They came out and clarified when the Turkish embassy made the correction and
Yes.
clarification that yes, Car Power was paid. There's no loan between us. There's no arrears between us and Car Power as we speak. So
Yes.
there's nothing that the government should be paying back. We found out that yes, the government if one area had been ko joro kele the Car Power jolo already covering around July.
Yes.
But the co say it be in ke fan jo fan reimburse.
Yeah, so this is like, so what you're trying to say is, in your opinion, so the government paid. So
They paid
now they
Car Power.
want to pay themselves for paying.
Reimburse themselves.
Yeah,
For
but
the
it's,
same money.
it's the same government.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
so now there's two scenarios, possible scenarios here. One scenario is Gambia lila moja. One scenario is walanko Car Power nyinane la contract nyata banna masakunda kalamutele kabelen January. It was
Yes.
budgeted that we have to pay Car Power at the end of their contract later.
So it was not. So you think the contract ended or they terminated it? I think
It
what we
ended.
had was it was terminated.
The government said terminated. That's what the minister said. But in reality, there was no termination. It ran out.
I think what happened was, if I can remember very well, there was an article about it when the contract was renewed. But when it was renewed, I think it says 8 years. But first, they have to do three. And then after the three, there's the possibility to do the 5. But I think it
So
was like that.
only man for the 5 photo. So after this, it became
It was
7 years.
8. I think it was kind of like 8 was approved. The reason why I'm saying this, I was privy to that time. And I remember when the minister was insisting that we don't announce 8. Because Car Powership wanted us to do a statement to say, oh, we got 8 years renewal. But the minister was like, no, don't do 8. Do 3 first. Even though after the 3, we were going to move to another part of the project. But they didn't want the 8 announced. So maybe then they stop it at the 3. That's what you're saying. Yes.
So this what they knew was gonna stop. So they paid. Car Power was paid. So which means that payment had to be budgeted. Because if it was not budgeted, that 19 whatever million that he's saying, if it was not budgeted, then a crime was committed. A crime was committed in West sense, which means money was taken from somewhere that was not budgeted. In that, but in somewhere within the government that was not budgeted. That's called veriment. And we should have, yes, we should be we should know that our National Assembly. So when I say we, our National Assembly should be informed, and I think there should be some sort of a supplementary budget for that. Okay, to approve that. That never happened. So I am with the belief core. It was budgeted and it was paid, and then that's case closed. There's no going back.
So you don't think it was a VEMA? Because that's what I was talking to Kex about. But Kex too don't believe it was a VEMA.
No, it was not. Because if it was, the parliament will know. So which means it was budgeted and it was spent. So it's like you going to the market to buy meat for your family to eat. You went and buy meat for your family. You sell a family $100 for your family consumption that you should be spending anyway. You budgeted it anyway in your monthly budget. But then after